get.
Thank you for the warning. That's always a good warning for me.
Yeah. I had a sticky on my record. Tell people you're recording. I got teary-eyed seeing everybody's faces in that first one.
I know.
Just beautiful to see you, everyone. Oh. Do we have Roberto yet? Yay, Roberto. All right. Okay, so it's my pleasure, I'm going to get started, to remind all of you that we are recording this session for those who want to see it later, and to thank Roberto Zelaya for agreeing to give this presentation about something very dear to our hearts. He is our school's project manager for all 4 phases of our building, but he will talk about LEED certification and how our new campus is striving to get a very good certification on our building. So I'm going to make sure during this that people are muted just for sound purposes, but unmute yourself if you have a question. And Roberto, I will send you a message when you have 5 more minutes to talk. So, right?
Okay.
All right, good. All right, we got chat. I'm gonna go over here.
Can you see my screen?
Mute all, but unmute yourself, Roberto. Here. There.
Unmute. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
I can. Yes.
Let's begin. Okay. Sorry. Okay, we're not right now. We're building the phase 1. Well, here is in Spanish, but it's phase 1 of the 4-phase master plan that we created with Flansburgh Architects, which are a Boston firm. We're pursuing a LEED certification. LEED means Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. And this is the render for the new phase 1 building. I don't know what happened. Oh, sorry. So these are the master plan for the 4 phases that we are right now building. Can you see my cursor? Here, phase 1, no, next to Colomitos, where the green area was before. I don't know what's happening. It consists in a 6-floor building. Remember, here in Mexico, we consider planta baja. So if we go to the United States standards, we have 7 floors, which is the ground floor, and 6 more to the top. In the ground floor, we will find the cafeteria, and the 3rd and 4th floor, we will find 2-height library for the upper class, upper school, sorry, upper class, not. And we will have a roof garden on the top, on the 6th floor. It consists also of a basement, which is gonna be a 91 space parking lot. And in the 2nd basement, we will have all the equipment and machinery for the sustainability of the building, which is electrical and the plumbing. No. What does the LEED certification intend to? They have different rating systems for new constructions, which is the ones that we are pursuing, which is the building design and construction certification. And then we have an interior design and construction, operation and maintenance, and neighborhood development and homes. We are pursuing the building design and construction because it's a new building. The interior design is basically, it heads for the leasing of spaces within a new building or a old building that want to be certified with the interiors. And the operation and maintenance also is for those types of buildings. The neighborhood developments is a really complex one. There are really few ones in the world. and it involves that all the elements of the neighborhood have to be LEED certified. So if you have a building with apartments and a grocery store and offices, everything has to be LEED certified, no, for a neighborhood. And homes is just for small spaces that are homes and want to be LEED certified, no. Here is what LEED means: leadership in energy and environmental design. It's developed by the US GBC Council. It's a nonprofit, non-governmental organization. Its mission is to transform the way buildings and communities are designed, built, and operated, enabling an environmentally and socially responsible, healthy, and prosperous environment that improves the quality of life. So this is a really important quote. We will come back to it and in the further slides, no? And the vision is that buildings and communities will regenerate and sustain the health and vitality of all life within a generation. That's the vision for LEED, no? And here we have the sustainable development goals for new buildings, no? And we have 9 different elements that sustainable buildings have incidents in. Let me just shut down my WhatsApp. Okay. So green buildings can improve people's health and well-being. No, that's the first point. How does our new campus building will improve the health and well-being of the ones that occupy it? Well, the focus of the design is to have the best comfort inside each classroom. No, so we are talking about ventilation, acoustics, light, thermal comfort. So all of those aspects of each classroom and the complete building helps out the health of each human being, no? And it helps the teaching. Students will learn easily, or not easily, but will help them learn, no? Because they will have the perfect light, they will have the perfect ventilation, and the acoustics, no, for them to absorb the information that the teacher will be giving out, no. Also, it's important to point out that the Flansburgh architect firm, they are specialists in schools, no. So all of the design was based exclusively for a school, no. And so let's go forward. Green buildings can use renewable energy, becoming cheaper to run. We right now we have a pair of photovoltaic panels right on the roof of the elementary classrooms or building. So we're taking advantage of those photovoltaic panels, and we are using it for our new building. Even we are also we made studies for the building to have savings in energy. The air conditioning also it has been lowered. We will only use on the library and in the labs. This will also bring down the use of energy, and well, that's it. It would be a really efficient building, compared to whatever whichever building you can see here in Guadalajara that has no LEED certification. Building green infrastructure creates jobs and boosts the economy. Obviously, we just Right now at the construction site, we have about 170 workers. We used to have 230 tops last month in March. But since this came up, we have to lower the amount. We lowered it to 50, and then we came back with 170 people working. So obviously, it generates a lot of work, no, for people. I think that in total, for our construction, we will be employing about 1,000 people, no, in different stages of the construction. Since we began with a demolition, then we came up with a preliminary works, then the foundation, and right now the structure and the plumbing and the electricity. I believe we have created about 350, considering only workers, and maybe about 50 more with employees not on site. So it's a really important work generator, no? The construction. Green building design can spur innovation and contribute to climate resilient infrastructure. Okay, here the phase 1 building has been designed to take advantage of the daylighting, no? And also it has been designed to take advantage of the airflow, no? So taking these two concepts, it's really innovative, no, to have a cross ventilation in a classroom, considering thermal mass of the concrete structure. It has a lot of aspects, design aspects that innovate in the construction scope, no, and we will have we will affect less infrastructure staying here in Guadalajara compared to other schools that will go outside of the urban footprint. Will affect all the infrastructure of the city because they will have to bring piping to take away all the sewage, and that affects negatively, no, in the infrastructure of a city, no, which brings us to the we have synergies between different points, no. So the next point, green buildings are the fabric of sustainable communities and cities. That is like a synergy with innovation. Is that if we analyze, all the schools are going outside because it's cheaper, but it's cheaper for them, but for the city it's more expensive, and for the people it's more expensive to drive all the way about 20 kilometers or 15 kilometers outside of the city, creating more smog, more carbon emissions. Well, our building will reduce that by being only inside the city, no? Which makes it more resilient, no, for the city, no. Green buildings use circular principle where resources aren't wasted. Yeah, well, all the for example, the water, all the bathrooms will have water controls that will use less water than what usual bathrooms or faucets use in other buildings, no? So we're trying to reach about a 30% of savings in water only by using this type of faucets, no, or how do you call it? Water. The outlets of water. I don't remember how to. Las salidas, no. So, oops, I don't know what happened. Sorry.
Roberto, I just want to interrupt to give you a 5-minute heads up.
Okay.
Start the Q&A. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
We produce fewer emissions. We we already talked about it. Will improve biodiversity. All the green spaces are designed based on local and effective design. No, we created a design specifically for our school based on local plants, and that will help us reduce the water use also, because plants that are from a local area will need less watering, less maintenance. It will be affected less by the negative like insects or types that local plants are used to know here in Guadalajara or in the Bajío zone. No, through building green, we create strong global partnerships. Well, it goes with the hand of the well-being. No, we create we have a really intelligent building, efficient and sustainable, that will give us the herramientas, how do you say, the support to create a bigger bond, no, between the students and the teachers, no, and the staff. And well, just going to the levels of certification, we are heading for a silver certification, and probably will do our best to get the gold. But the certified building, I think it's a deal. But we are heading to silver, and we probably should get gold. But we're doing our best effort now to reach this certification, and it has been really an interesting aspect of reaching out to the designers and the engineers to get there, no? And here's what I was talking to you about, the synergies that we have between all the aspects of the building. No, we have innovation and design, location and linkage, sustainable site, water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, material resources, indoor environmental quality, and regional priority. So all of these, they don't stand alone. They have aspects that relate between each other, which we call synergies. And here is what we have for our plan, our score or checklist for the LEED certification of our building. No, if you can see, we have 48 points. If we reach the 49, we could get the silver. And we have a lot of points that may be on the yes line, but we need to make a lot of studies. For example, here in energy and atmosphere, sorry, oops, what happened? Here. In energy and atmosphere, we have 12 points on the energy performance. So this energy performance will be tested when we have the complete building, and we will compare it to the local or the regular use of energy of all of our normal building. So that will probably get us at least, I don't know, 8 points if we build as designed, and if the money lets us. So we are really positive, and I'm sure we will reach at least silver, I promise. And I don't know if you have any questions. I think we're on time, no? Or
you timed it perfectly, Roberto. Oh my gosh, amazing. Can I just add, as getting the privilege of being on this committee, that to be a LEED certified school was a decision we had to make if we wanted to do that before we started, and it was really important for the school, because I would say for two reasons: because we want to be sustainable and do the right thing for the environment, but we also saw it as a very great opportunity to educate our students in our community, that this was something we believed in and we thought was important. And like so many decisions are made based on what is the right thing to do for LEED. We often ask that, well, what tile should we get, or what kind of water should we do, or how will that affect, will that get us any points? Or will we lose any points if we do that? So it's a big, it helps us make a lot of decisions. I would add that.
Yeah, it pushes us to get there, no?
Yeah. And we have a special company. I don't maybe I spaced that part out in the presentation, but did you talk about Oasis? And
no, Oasis is the company that is helping us out to reach the certification. They are experts on LEED. Jorge, which is the owner, Jorge Lopez de Obeso, is it has he's distinguished by being LEED fellow, they call it, which is like the highest LEED accreditation, no, for a person. And he has really a lot of experience, and he has really helped us a lot with this certification, no. And sometimes we think that I don't know, that it's really basic. Only deciding on one thing will give us 10 points or 1 point, and it really involves a lot of aspects of other points, no. So if you move around, for example, a wall inside the new building, you will affect the space of a classroom, and you will have to do a new study for it, and see the acoustics, and see the ventilation, and see the illumination, no, the how the light affects, and it has a lot of aspects that if you move around something, it changes completely, and it will affect the certification and the comfort of the same building, of the same classroom. Even I don't know if you have any questions. It's too little of time to explain all the things that this building has. It's a really cool building. We have taken 2 years to design it, and I think that 4 since the master plan came on hand now by Flansburgh. So we have taken our necessary time to reach this point, and we're making it real, no? And you are making it real at the same time, no? So, questions?
I just wanted to thank you, and I do have a question. I haven't seen the categories, and I see there that you have a point for green vehicles. What do you mean by that?
Green vehicles are all low emission or electric vehicles that are in the market now. So by having charging stations in the parking, or carpool assigned spaces, no, for the carpool cars, and we're doing all of that, no. Where did you see it? It's in let me, because I have all your.
I saw it in location and transportation, the last one.
Yeah, green vehicles, exactly. So we have charging stations for electric vehicles. We have spaces for low emission vehicles, where hybrid or low emission considered vehicles. And also we are assigning spaces for the carpool cars, no, that are right for the school, no. So we're this means that giving them priority on the parking, no. And for this you need to have bring the outlets, and also have the comply with the local authorities of a space for each parking, for the charging station, and for everything. No, it involves a lot of work, and you can see the date. It's the 31st of July of 2017. So we came up with this checklist on maybe 3 years ago, no, almost.
Hey, Roberto, Rhett wrote in a question. Are you looking at the chat? Yeah.
Let me open it. Okay. Sorry. Participante. More. Oh yeah, here. what will be the total cost in terms of lead fees and lead consultation fees to achieve the lead certification for the phase 1 building? Is there a graduated fee schedule for certified silver, gold, or platinum levels? In other words, do you pay more for higher certification? No. Okay. The consultation fees are about $1.5 million, no, for all the project. That will carry us all through the stages of the certification, no, until we receive it or not, no.
For phase 1, right?
For phase 1, yeah. And we also hired a commissioning, which is at the end of the construction. We will have a commissioning to turn in all the equipment of the new building. And they will make tests and try every equipment on site to see that it's efficient and well installed. No, so that would save us a lot of money also, because usually when you don't do a correct commissioning, you sometimes appear with other costs. But all of these, the consultation and the commission, maybe about 2 million pesos. And the USGBC has fixed rates for the attempting the certification and for the certification, no, and for receiving all the information and everything. So one is the registration, and other one is the other cost is a certification, and it doesn't affect if you go platinum. It's the same cost for all of them. No? I don't know if the question was answered.
Roberto,
Sí.
Here's Mr. Nacho. I have a comment and a question.
Sí, sí, sí.
I know that I really don't have to worry about parking at the American, too much these days or when we come back, since I am retiring. But I still see the burden of parking around school. So my question is, are teachers going to be able to park in the basement of this new building for free?
Well, we haven't assigned the spaces yet. No, this is, we are not having a drop off there. So it will be only for the people who are parked in that area. And we are keeping the Managua parking and also the Colomitos and the Philadelphia if we want to keep them renting, no? So we will increase our parkings about the spaces that I was telling you, 91 spaces. So it's a lot, no? We haven't assigned yet the spaces, but probably the staff and some of the staff, and I think the teachers will be permitted to park there, no? And hopefully, it doesn't depend on me, but I think that it's the right choice, no? Because you are the ones, or we are the ones that is staying all the day here, and it's the right choice, no? That's part of the also being responsible energetically to have the people that are going to move less to stay there, no? With their cars.
There's one more. I'm sorry. Did you want to say something else, Nacho?
No, I'm good now. Thank you.
There's one more question, and not Rhett's heliport question, but Monica's question about the timeline, how we're doing. And then I also just want to let people know that we realize it's 4 o'clock, so Roberto and I will stay here for a little while to answer everyone's questions. Well, almost everyone's questions. And but if you want to take that last one from Monica about the time, finishing time.
So right now we are on schedule for the construction. We were over schedule, but since the pandemic came and we stopped for 5 days, and we lost a little bit of time, but we're on schedule, and we pretend to finish the complete building by March or April of next year. And it will not be complete because we will have to demolish the elementary classrooms. So we will do that on the summer of next year. So it's gonna be a really active summer for us. We will demolish our elementary school. We will have to move the library, the upper school library to the new building, and move the elementary library to the upper school library. And we have to do some classrooms and open some spaces because some of the high school classrooms are too small for the elementary. And we will have a big movement of elementary classrooms to the high school building, actual building, and the high school new classrooms to the new building. So it's a lot of work, but it's pretended to be finished by next summer or by the beginning of the 21-22 school year. No? And Red asked if we will have an heliport. No, just for drones maybe, or a drone port. Maybe for the robotics. I don't know. I think I have Michael here. And I don't know, any more questions? Do you have any on the chat or? Ah, yeah.
Brett, did we answer your question about water features? I don't.
Really.
I never heard the answer. I mean,
Yeah.
meditation pools, you know, for the mindfulness people, that would be nice. Some water walls, maybe. Is any of that stuff planned, Roberto?
No, we don't have water walls or what's the other one?
Reflection pools, fountains.
We don't have none of that. We just have green spaces and open spaces, but no no water water walls or how do you call it? We don't have none of those.
Any secret passages?
If I tell you, they won't be secret, so that's only reserved for me. I know.
I want a labyrinth. I keep asking for a labyrinth somewhere. But.
So Anne, so it part of the what you asked is that this new building on the basement we will have parking, no? But when we move on the phases of the master site, when we get to the third phase, that basement will become part of the elementary classrooms. So the building will be changing through the years, and we pretend to complete the master plan hopefully in 10 years. So let's hope you will have me here for 10 years, no? Any more?
Even until early childhood is built, I hope.
Yeah.
I want to see it built.
Yeah, and it's the, I think it's the easiest one talking about construction, but it's the hardest one talking about finances, no? And
Well, it's the last one. That's
the hard part.
Well, thank you, Roberto. Thank you very much. It's an adventure to do this. Thank you, everyone, for your interest, for showing up, for your questions. I love seeing you all.
And please send me an email if you want to, when we come back and you want to visit the construction site or what is left of the construction, please send an email. I really love taking the students and the teachers and the staff even. No, we took part of the staff over there, and it's really interesting, and you can take advantage also for some of the classes that you give. No, I don't know, physics, math, whatever.
I recommend Roberto to be invited to your classrooms too. He did an awesome job in every single early childhood classroom. They know him by name.
And they're tough.
Yeah. They're tough.
They play with you. You know that you gave them that, I don't know what it's called. I mean, the
Train? See?
brain, and it has like a little person inside it. So
Yeah.
they named Roberto. So
Really?
yeah, so before we went to with back home, everyone was like, "Oh, be careful with Roberto. We're so."
That's so cool. So all the kids have a Roberto in the classroom.
Yeah.
Bob
Thank-
the Builder.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
One.
Bye-bye.
Robert, bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Hey, Roberto, just so you know that Monica put in another question that was, it's a
Ah,
nice one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're working on the maqueta and we have a virtual renders, no, that you could access, but we need a good computer. The only one that can move around with that app is Red's computer and David's.
And yours too, no?
No, mine is too slow for that. It's really a heavy app.
We'll have to get Rhett to give us another recorded virtual.
Love to see it being used, Roberto. I think you came over once, but you know, you're welcome to come over anytime. We'll loan it.
Oh, thank you. And
Especially now, you know, we could just move it over to your office.
yeah.
Okay,
Nice job, Roberto. Very informative.
Thank you.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.